Hi, and welcome to the Theme Park Trader podcast. And this week, we have friend of the show, Carly, rejoining. She's been on once or twice before, but she's just got back with her family from Disney Adventure World. The first guest that we've had on that's been to Disney's newest theme park. But she's been to the World of Frozen at Disney Adventure World. She's a big Disneyland Paris fan, has been going for many years, and we've been on many Disney trips with her and her family. We're planning another one this year. And yeah, we're going to chat all things Disney Adventure World and Disneyland Paris. So enjoy the podcast. Welcome back.
Hello.
Jesus Christ. So I worked out, / I looked up. You were last on the show, episode 66, 2017.
In your flat?
In our flat. 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't invite me very often.
I thought you'd done one on Zoom since then.
Not according to this.
Don't think so.
No. Wait. Oh, also, I'm answering Donna. I don't think anyone would be able to hear her. We haven't got 3 mics, but she is here.
Hello.
She's eating biscuits and drinking tea as per norm. So the reason you're back, we have actually, since 2017, been on several theme park trips together.
We have.
And Donna's been there too.
I'm sure you've done another one.
So's my husband, Ben.
That's true, yeah. Which we talk about. We do talk about Ben. And your son.
Yep.
He's getting a mention this week.
George Ryan, we love you. And
But
Phoenix and Piper.
You are you are the first person I think we've spoken to that's actually been to Disney's newest theme park.
I spent the whole of a day there.
You spent an entire day there.
Yeah.
Disney Adventure World.
In its entirety.
Yeah, talk us. I mean, first of all, why? Why would you go for a day? Well, night. You were there a day, a night, and then travelled home the
And
next
then
day.
half
right?
a day.
So what made you think that's a good idea?
In regards to a good idea, there is no good idea. I just wanted to see the new Disney Adventure World. I wanted to go for opening.
Yep.
And was very close to booking for opening, but I felt a bit mean on George because it would be a lot of queuing and I wouldn't want to not take him for that. So we kind of decided against it and then just decided we would pop there for a night. We drove there, stayed and drove back because there's a potential in the works that we may be going back at the end of the year.
Yes.
With some certain friends. So it was just a quick fleeting trip to see it.
Over Christmas, yeah?
Over Christmas.
Look, we've had this discussion today.
Let's not get back because Ryan gets sad and then he won't continue the podcast because he'll be too sad.
Yeah. I'll shut it down as the host.
Exactly. But it was just a fleeting trip to see that. That was our main goal.
Yep. And you went and stayed at Camp
Davy
Crockett.
Crockett.
Was that your first time there?
No, second, but we did get the new cabins.
Okay.
They're updating them from front of the caravan park, whatever you want to call it, to the back. So we got one of the front ones and the new cabins. So we got an upgraded cabin.
Was it nice?
It's very nice and it's not much different to the old ones. You can tell they're new. Mm-hmm. But the only downside I would say to the new cabins is there's only one toilet. So in the old ones, you have an ensuite in the main bedroom with a toilet and a shower and a sink. And then you have a separate toilet and a separate shower at the other end of the cabin. Whereas in the new ones, you have an ensuite in the main bedroom, but that just has a shower and a sink because they've put a kind of walk-in wardrobe in instead. So then there's only one separate toilet, which is fine, but you can sleep up to like 7, I think, with just one toilet.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and also I wake up quite early.
It's not what
George
you were
necessarily
say.
Doesn't. I wake up and need a wee, but I don't want to wake him because you'd have to walk through the whole cabin to get to a toilet from the master bedroom.
all it takes, if all 7 of you have had a dodgy Rainforest Cafe meal the night before, it's game over.
Yeah, proper
It's
game over. But otherwise, I think they're really nice.
Yeah.
And I would definitely stay there every time I go to Disney.
Really?
Yeah.
You drove from Davy Crockett to the
Yeah. It's
but
two,
is
2
there a
minute
bus?
drive. No buses. You have to drive.
That's surprising, actually.
I think it's because it's just that little bit further out and it's so cheap.
Yeah.
So they don't put a bus on for it.
They can't be bothered.
I wouldn't use the bus anyway. I would drive back and forward because it's very easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Very smooth. It's one road straight in, and parking's really simple.
I can't remember the last time I stayed there. I must have been 14, maybe. I'm just looking because I'm thinking. Yeah, I must have been about 14.
I would actually like to do a week there. We've only ever done 2 short trips, so we went last year and stayed there and done 2 nights.
Yeah.
And this year we done 1 night. But there's like a swimming pool, a park.
Yeah, I remember the swimming pool was quite
it
nice.
Looks
I
nice.
think. Yeah.
But we've just never stayed for long enough. But I would definitely do a longer stay there because the distance to and from the park is nothing. And actually, at the end of the night, it's easier to get back to David Crockett than it is to get to New York because you're breaking off from the crowd.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
And you haven't got to walk through the whole of the village.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a problem. I don't have a problem with it. I would happily do it to save money and get to go more.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So you went to Disney Adventure World. You had a day basically in each park, right? Your main objective was seeing the new theme park.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts of the rebrand? Because we started to see it was almost done when we were there in January, but obviously none of the merch was out yet. I've seen like a couple of Spirit jerseys that look quite nice, but the merch all seems to be all right for Disneyland Paris. To be fair,
yeah.
But what were your impressions of the park? Because was it your first time seeing the new?
First time
entrance?
seeing everything in there because the last time we went was March last year. We wasn't walking through Studio One.
Studio One.
We didn't do that before, and it was all boarded. So it's the first time I've seen it all.
Studio One, I think, is nice.
Yeah, Studio One looks really nice. Again, the only downside to Studio One is it's a bit of a bottleneck because
It is
people
a massive
stop.
bottleneck, yeah.
And if you're in a rush in the morning, that's the only downside. And it's kind of, you've got people coming in and people leaving. You kind of want a Studio One and a Studio Two, one's for in, one's for out. But otherwise, it's fine. I really like what they've done when you get in. Because you don't just go out of the doors like you used to and see the park. You come out of the doors and there is a wall in front of you.
Yes.
And then you go either side of that wall.
Yeah.
And then you see it.
I hadn't
and it's
registered
a really
that
nice
that was
reveal.
a new thing, actually, when we were there. But you're right. There was, as you said, the only pain in the arse is the bottleneck and the fact that they're the only toilets within about 3 miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
although there's a lot of new toilets now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I say that. There may not be. There's definitely one new one.
Yeah. But we were like watching, what was it, Mickey and the Magician and Piper. Is it Phoenix or Piper?
Phoenix.
And
It's
that's the closest toilet.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But still, Studio One's definitely an improvement.
Yeah, it looks nice. Feels nice. They've opened up that whole restaurant side as you're walking through on your right.
Yeah.
That's all open plan now. So that's nice. I think there's only one. We didn't go in there. Ben had a look, but I think there's only like one actual eatery in there and then it's all table places.
Yeah, I think so. So because
there used to be 2, didn't there?
Yeah, we went in there. So Donna was on Tower of Terror with Piper, and I went there with Phoenix and realised you can use the touchscreens in there.
Yeah.
Ordered myself a beer and walked back. It was great.
Yeah, nice.
Didn't eat anything.
But it's nice. We walked through the shop. The shop hasn't changed. I like it. I like it.
So main reason was Frozen.
Yeah, and to just see it, to see how they've made it work. And I really think it works.
Okay.
I'm very pro what they've done to that park. Because before, like if you was in Avengers and you wanted to get to cars, you've got to walk all the way back round.
Yeah.
And then up to the cars, it's a one-way bit. You're then turning around and you're coming back. Everything just links in. Mm-hmm. They all lead on to that lake now.
Yeah. And is it... when you're walking down there's a central path, right, that goes down towards
Yeah.
the lake. Is it very obvious when you're walking through, okay, this is where the rest of the lands are going? Because Frozen's like right in front, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can see Frozen when you come out of the Studio One.
Yeah.
But
But there's like huge gaps either side, isn't there?
of Frozen there is.
Yeah.
But you can see the build. You can see that they've broken ground for Lion King.
Yeah.
You can see that. And you can see the test of Lion King too. You
And where's
can see
that on
over
the
top.
right-hand side?
That's the other side, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got Frozen in the middle of the two of them, really. Is it really obvious? No. It is as you walk, but I thought the path from Toy Story to the path up to the lake was going to be a bit more obvious, if that makes sense. It's not obvious.
Yeah.
But I thought that it was going to be like a Woody or a Jessie there, but they're kind of tucked in a bit.
Yeah.
But it's fine. As you walk, you see it. So it's not like hidden. And then I didn't realise until we walked around the lake how Cars fits in, and it's so seamless. So seamless.
So do you think they're going to keep Cars?
I don't know if they're going to keep that, but it will definitely be a ride area.
Because that World of Pixar area I've found is just a mess.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel as messy now.
Okay.
It doesn't.
It's improved.
Because they all now link. So if you're going round the lake, you'll see Cars, fine. You walk down Cars, you can get Toy Story, Ratatouille, fine. You walk past that, you go Toy Story, you can get to Cars or Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Like it kind of all does just...
I
It's
feel like-
not obvious. I think if you don't know,
Yeah.
you would go, well, where am I going now as such? But obviously, us seasoned goers,
No.
it just cuts corners.
I feel like that World of Pixar needs a Midway Mania or a Slinky Dog Dash or something like that, just to add one more ride to that area.
I agree with that, but you're thinking we've got the Space Like America, right?
Yeah, but Cars Road Trip. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
earlier?
Cars Road Trip can go.
Is the biggest pile of
It
shit
could go.
Imagineering has ever come up with.
But they can easily fix that without getting rid of the ride. By just putting in another scene or even making it a bit more
I feel like it
busy
needs...
because it's
it
very
needs-
empty.
Yeah.
So all they need to do is, instead of putting billboards with a maze that you could go to on, just build a bit of a maze. You only need to do a, is it forced perspective? Maze.
Yeah.
You've got a maze there. You haven't got a billboard of that. That will elevate that ride straight away, because you're not just looking at a billboard, you're looking at a maze that could be actually 5 meters wide, for example, and a meter deep, but looks
Yeah,
massive.
I think it's a real shame. Like, Cars is a massive franchise for Disney. It's not something that I enjoy, or Donna really, but I get there's a huge franchise. It's got massive appeal, and I wish there was something like the attraction that's in California Adventure in Radiator Springs.
Yeah, I agree. I do completely agree with you.
You could
And I wouldn't
bulldoze
argue
that whole attraction.
Yeah, but it's
and
still not big.
It's still not big enough for that, but there's something you could put in there.
Of course. But I think it's easy at the minute. It does carry people.
Yeah.
Quite often there's a little queue, not a massive queue.
There's
but
always
little
got a queue, yeah.
So it's carrying people.
Yeah.
That's what they care about at the minute, because their focus is everywhere else.
Yep.
I'm hoping that once that's all done, that will be the next thing that they do in there. Because realistically, the rest of that park is absolutely fine
Yep.
now. Once you've got those 3 lands, 2 lands, 3 lands, 4 lands, whatever they're putting in, you can then focus on that. And there could then be some space left.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's a couple
to
of
play around
rumours
with.
for what the lands that they might be working on, but
There is. Sorry.
Galaxy's Edge seems to have been binned.
Good. We don't need it. We've got Star Wars in the other land.
It's not though. It's not.
But you've got Star Wars rides. You don't need
yeah.
them in both. I also agree that we didn't really need a Buzz Lightyear, because we've got a Buzz Lightyear.
What do you mean?
Well, we've got a Buzz Lightyear statue, Toy Story. We've already got Toy Story ride. Why didn't they make Toy Story something different?
Yeah, well, they could have put Ant-Man. There's an attraction in, I think it's China. Where it's Buzz Lightyear but Ant-Man.
Okay.
That could have gone.
okay, yeah.
That could have gone in.
Into the other one. Yeah, but
Yeah.
then again, you're you've got Marvel already.
Yeah, no,
So
I know. It's a problem.
yeah, but it also leads that lake also leads very seamlessly to Marvel, and you come out at the Hero Training Center.
Oh yeah.
And Avengers Assemble. That leads really seamlessly too. They've still got that that diner that's like a caravan car, whatever that's called. I can't remember what that's called.
So you look, because we looked at the menu there. It wasn't. I don't think it was
like hot dogs. I think no,
sandwiches and stuff like that.
things.
It looks quite nice.
We've never eaten there, and every time we go, we should eat there, and we just never have.
Because there's tables inside.
Yeah, and outside.
But it's really small.
Yeah, we've never done it.
We like the look of it, didn't we?
But I like Stark, so I don't. Personally, I like Stark, so I go.
We haven't been back to Stark since the first time where it was terrible.
I really like their mac and cheese. It's delicious.
But we should give it another go. To be fair to Paris this year, I don't think we had a bad meal.
We didn't have one.
Not a single bad quick service. I think there was a couple of average meals, but you get that anywhere in any theme park. But 5 years ago, it was dreadful. I think they have stepped up a bit.
I think in general they are.
We did do quick services.
Did we?
Yeah.
Where?
We did the one by... There was a pizza place.
Bellinotte.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we did that one. And we also did another one. I'm trying to think of where it was.
Lucky Nugget?
No, we were going to eat there, actually.
No, it's not. Last Chance Saloon.
No, we didn't go there. We were there for 5 days. We definitely did more than one quick service.
Toad Hall? that's fish and chips though. You wouldn't eat that, I don't think.
No, I've enjoyed. There's a dessert in there that's
Toad
quite
Hall's
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. You didn't do Cafe Hyperia, did you?
No.
You was gonna say.
I did get. I got a drink in there, and it took.
Yeah, that needs.
Jesus.
That food hall just needs to go. There's no point. Leave the little thing there, but.
It took. I ordered like a drink, and it took like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's
it was,
terrible.
and it was. This was like 3 o'clock. It wasn't busy.
Anyway. What they do need is some more obvious quick services or even restaurants in Disney Adventure World. They have now put in. There's a quick service at Frozen.
There's a bar as well, right?
I think it's in the same place. So it's a quick service, does food and alcohol, I think.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
I thought there was one
definitely
overlooking the lake.
I thought that was a restaurant. That
Oh,
might have
yeah,
both.
yeah,
I can't
think
remember
you're
what it's
right,
called,
yeah.
like the Regal something.
Yeah.
They definitely do food, but it's quite big, so there could be more in there. We didn't go in. We didn't do much food. My plan was to eat at Stark because I really wanted it. We didn't do any new food in Disney Adventure World. And it poured the whole day.
Yeah, which is unlucky for me.
All day. So we did end up leaving early, not seeing the show. We were advised it was going to be cancelled anyway because the rain was going to carry on. Mm-hmm. But yes, I would say the food options are very small in Disney Adventure World. Whereas you've got what, five quick services, 6 quick services in the main park? 5 or 6?
Yeah, so what is there?
You've got like 2 or 3, and then you've got a few little like trailers that do snacks. But in regards to like quick service, you've got Stark, you've got that diner that I was just saying about, and now you've got one at Frozen.
Studio One.
Oh yeah, and a Studio One.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it.
So Frozen quick service. So I saw a few of the menu items. It's one of these ones where they looked all right, but the reviews weren't amazing.
But it's new, isn't it?
It's new. They're finding their feet. Yeah. But so obviously Frozen Ever After. Is the big attraction, which you've done it in Epcot many times.
Yep.
How does it compare?
Exactly the same. We had a conversation about this earlier, and I said the only thing that differs, which would make it better, is that the animatronics are better.
Yep.
But then you've advised me that they
they've
have
just
done that,
updated.
and I haven't been back to Florida since 2022, so I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good. George came on it. He loved it. He was shocked by the backward hill.
Yeah.
He sunk into the chair and made him a bit jump because he was not expecting it. But he went back on, and he's saying that's his favourite ride.
Really?
Of them all, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
some people have been saying that the drop on it is bigger than the one in Epcot.
Yeah, and actually you'll be able to clear this up for me. The one on Epcot.
Yeah.
Marshmallow is on your left.
As you're going down.
As you go down the hill.
So as you're going backwards or going down.
Well, you come in Epcot. You come backwards,
and he's on the right. and then you go round, and then he's on the left as you're going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come down and you turn right, don't you?
Yeah, and then he's on the left as you go down.
We come down and he's on your left, and then you turn, you move left, and then he's on your right.
Oh, okay.
And he's not hidden. He doesn't jump out, like he doesn't move out.
Because he comes up slightly.
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
Yeah.
But that drop is not big, but I would say roughly, it's definitely a bit steeper than Pirates of the Caribbean big drop.
Yeah.
But I'd say maybe a bit bigger.
Yeah.
But still not crazy. But
I don't know. It's just people think maybe it's going slightly faster.
It's definitely steeper.
It's
because
steeper.
In Pirates, I don't know if it's because Pirates is a bit more open when you get to the hill. You do it feels like it's a bit steeper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not terrible, but you don't even have a lap bar, I don't think.
No.
You do have a lap bar. You do have a lap bar in Frozen.
Do you in front?
No, you don't in America, but there is.
Is there?
I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah.
Maybe it is steeper then. Because people were saying, oh yeah, it's much steeper than... It didn't look it, but...
The hill going up is very steep.
Yeah.
You look at that and you think, you are like...
Yeah.
You're not vertical, but it looks very, very steep.
But then you go backwards quite a lot of distance, don't you? And then you go... And then you
go
down.
Again, that hill's quite small.
Yeah,
The backwards hill's quite small.
But it's long, isn't it? It's not steep, but it goes on for a bit.
No,
is it not?
No, it's a...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so they've changed it
I think
for
so.
that as well?
Yeah.
Because in Florida...
From what I remember, but I might be wrong.
When Elsa's singing, the doors open and you go backwards as she's singing, let it go, and she's on the walls and stuff. It goes on for a few seconds.
You go backwards for a few seconds, but I think the hill was
Oh yeah, the actual hill. Yeah. But you're going down. What I mean? You're going down.
Maybe.
Whole time on like a slight slant.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is why I think you're going up way more than.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you see what I mean.
Yeah. But good ride. Okay, queuing system. I mean, we're lucky. We used the Premier Access queue line, but that's fine.
How is Arendelle? Because
it's cute.
That's the thing I would like. Because obviously we've been on Frozen. The one thing I really want to go back for is because Norway is one of my favourite pavilions in Epcot, but I don't want it to be Arendelle. It's Norway. So to see Arendelle in Paris is something I'm really excited to see because, let's be honest, we all do like Frozen. I think Disney's overdone it a bit, but they are good films.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah, I was worried that it was going to be...
like an L shape. So as you walk in, you've got a fountain.
Yep.
And then you've got the restaurant to the left of the fountain and the ride to the front. And then at the minute, which I don't know if they're going to change, you're not coming through the shop to exit.
Okay.
Because there is a queue to get in the shop.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Like a long queue to get in the shop. So we didn't go in the shop at all because the queue was back to the fountain.
Jesus.
Like it was quite... Oh, actually, there is another little like kiosky shop on the other side too. So it's like a U shape. It's not massive. It's not tiny. There's a few little hidden things. Like there's a couple of hidden Brunei's. And I don't know if you could walk... If there's any like... Sometimes, like in Paris, they've got a few little like hidden alleyways and stuff. Yeah. I don't know if there's any of that because we didn't really get a chance to look because it was just pouring. So we were just going from ride to ride to get out of the rain.
Too small?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, I think you'll find it too small because you're used to America. But obviously I'm used to, like, Paris is my place.
Is
so
your part,
I'm like, it's proportion, it's Paris. I'd say... a little bit smaller space, as in if you take the whole of the Toy Story land, including rides, that's kind of your space, and then you've got then you go into the ride or into the shop.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not massive,
it's
but it's not tiny.
It's not like they've crammed it into a Norway pavilion.
It didn't, even when we got there and it was busy, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is so claustrophobic. It was just a busy area.
Yeah.
But fine, like, and the staff are quite good. They're moving buggies. They're keeping space.
Yeah, because it's gonna be buggy central.
Buggy central, yeah. And actually, when we was on one of the rides, we came out and the buggies were all gone, and we were like, "Where have the buggy gone?" Like, and they had put them all undercover.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, so there's.
Were they still waiting for people to come in and out of the land, or was that finished by the time you were there?
No, that's all gone. So you just walk
good.
straight in. You didn't have any of that. No virtual queues or anything to get on Frozen. I think it was around the 80-minute mark the whole time.
I mean, that isn't bad at all.
I
For
don't
a
think
new
that's
ride, is it?
terrible. But one thing I will say, and I've never experienced this before, not many people on here will know, but I qualify for a DAS pass. And my DAS pass this time, for some reason, was orange. I'm not normally orange.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us on the first time.
Oh, really?
Because the guy at the front told me I had to show my pass when I got on, which obviously meant that they had somebody else on with an orange on the ride. I had to wait for that person with orange to get off the ride before I could get on, and I think that's because of its needing assistance. They can't have two people that need assistance to get off of a ride at a time. So we had to wait for about 3 or 4 boats to go the first time we went on. Yeah. For that, not a pain when we haven't really queued for it. There's a little seating area we could sit down. Not a problem.
I thought just like while we're talking about DAS, because we had DAS or whatever it's called in Paris. The only complaint I've got, which I know is a first world problem, but kind of not a first world problem because you've got DAS to begin with, is the fireworks. The rides are up to 4. Fireworks stops at 3, right?
Yeah.
So we couldn't take our family of 4 to see the fireworks, even though we could go on all of the rides together. Yeah. Which I think is a slight complaint, but it's a bit weird, I think.
Yeah, but I would say on that, in that we used the DAS area for the parade last year. Yeah. We've never used it before because we've always managed to find a spot. And it was horrendous.
Really?
And I wonder if that's why. Because they haven't got much room.
Yeah.
And they don't turn anyone away because obviously you're there for DAS, so you need that space. But there is no space.
Yeah, okay.
So they obviously need less. I actually thought it was less than 3. I thought it was only 2. I think it was you and one other person.
No, sorry,
I might be wrong.
It was you and 2 other people, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was busy.
Yeah, okay.
So I would advise if you can just stand at the back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you didn't try any of the food?
No, unfortunately. We did try some food, actually. There was, as you're walking, if you look at the lake, and Frozen is kind of at about 11 o'clock, at about 3 o'clock of the lake, there's a few like kiosk stands. They had, one had like hot dogs, I think, but they weren't necessarily hot dogs. They had like other stuff in them. One had like a potato rosti with stuff on, and then one had something else. And we had the potato rosti with like a chicken and chipotle on top.
Oh yeah.
The only downside I would say was the rosti was hot, so the potato was hot, but the toppings was cold. Mm-hmm. It didn't ruin it because it was still nice. And there was a lot of rocket, and they're obviously doing that to save money because they're not going to put a lot of chicken on. But flavour-wise, delicious. It was so nice. So we had that because that was the nicest out of all of the stands.
Was it kind of like the stands? They've got a few stands like the ones they've got in Fantasyland in Disneyland Park.
Yeah, kind of, but they're a bit more bigger.
Spaced out a bit more.
More bigger. They're a bit more like an actual building as such, more than a little chalet. They're like little wooden sheds, aren't they, in Fantasyland?
Yeah.
These are a little bit bigger. They're like purpose built. They're not moving. Mm-hmm. They won't. I don't think they'll ever go because they're like purpose built.
Yeah.
But they were nice. They were. They weren't busy at all. Actually, one of them had a queue. But yeah, they had nice menus. So we did have that actually food wise, and that was nice. We were meant to go back and get the croque monsieur from Cars, but we just didn't have time. And we might have had something else, but that might come to me later. So yeah, food wise, we didn't have much in that park. We had the mac and cheese, and then we had that. But this is changing the subject completely, but on the road to food, what we did do is we ended up going back to Davy Crockett early, so we got a Deliveroo back to Davy Crockett.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise there were many places near there.
Yeah, so they come from Disney.
Oh,
so we
okay.
ordered from,
like
is it Vapiano's?
Oh, yeah, I like it there.
George wanted pasta.
Yeah.
And George doesn't eat dinner, so if he wants pasta, we're ordering pasta. So we ordered, and it was buy one, get one free on the main meal. So we just ordered 2 carbonaras. It had to be the same thing. €16.
Yeah, nice.
And it fed the 3 of us. You have to meet them at reception. So they said you have to meet them in reception, but they just rang me when they got to the roundabout. So we went up to the shop first whilst we were waiting for the food, got a baguette and had the pasta with a baguette. And he was there 20 minutes after ordering.
Yeah, nice.
No problem at all. Handed it over. We just drove back to our chalet and had it all in there.
That's pretty good. Because I've been there. I don't think Donna's ever been there. I went there a few years ago to actually sit in there and eat.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good.
The lady at the desk, I asked where would be a good Italian to order in from, and she said that's her favourite. So I was like, well, let's just try it. Yeah. And it was really nice. So I've never eaten there before. And
because it's like literally like next to Five Guys.
Next to Five Guys, yes. The other side.
Yeah. Like you have to exit to go there.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I had no complaints. It was still hot. So it's absolutely fine. But I think that's really all the food we had. We had a bit in the other park, but
I think we might do that a couple of times, because I did that when I went to Universal in September. We got like an Uber Eats or delivery, I can't remember which it was, to the hotel, and
it really worked. And we've never done it in Paris because we don't go back till we go to bed.
Yeah.
But obviously we went back early because of the rain.
Yeah.
So we was like, we don't have any food. Let's order something, and it just really worked.
Ours was a midnight KFC.
Yeah, nice.
Which in Florida is perfect.
Yeah, we didn't really have that option. There was no.
No, you don't get that in Paris.
No.
Although presumably the McDonald's is open till 11.
Yes, you could get McDonald's delivered. You could get 5. You could get anything pretty much in
the village.
Yeah, plus extra. But obviously it's all in French, and I don't know what they all are.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that was fine.
So did you get any merch?
No.
Didn't get anything. Did you like
really
any of the merch?
Sad. There was some merch I had my eye on before we went.
Yeah. From Frozen or
no,
Adventure World?
some actually not neither. Just Disneyland Paris merch.
Okay.
I really do like the jerseys, the Disney Adventure House jerseys.
Spirit jersey.
Yeah, black with like colourful writing.
They're on Shop Disney at the minute.
Yeah, I really like them though.
I've been tempted.
And there was a few bits I liked. And we did spend time in the shops, but for some reason I just couldn't decide on anything and just didn't end up. I think I was quite fixed on these glasses that I wanted. They're like a thicker glass cup with an embossed, well, I don't think it's debossed Castle and Disneyland Paris written on it.
Okay, yeah.
They've actually got them with Mickey Mouse on everywhere, and now apparently they're doing the castle. I wanted a set of them. Nowhere had them, but they were advertised all over Facebook beforehand that Disneyland Paris is selling them. Not one shop had them. I checked a fair few. So I was sad about that because I really wanted them.
They've got new champagne glasses in Adventure World as well, haven't they? Because there's a place where they're serving champagne in Adventure World
they're
now.
gold, blue and silver.
Yeah.
I saw people with them, but I don't know where they got them from because I don't drink. So for me, I wouldn't have even looked for them. I'm guessing maybe in that Regal
I think it is around there, yeah.
Again, actually, that front bit of the lake, as you get to the lake, there is, again, some little chalets there. So before you would get to Lion King, you've got about 4 chalets there doing the standard, what they used to do by Ratatouille. So, like, I think it was like crepes, beignets.
They're still down by Ratatouille.
No, they're not.
They're gone. They were there in January.
Yeah, no, they're not there now.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if that's because they're on the lake
maybe,
now.
Yeah, Must
and
be.
There's a big toilet. And actually, I think there was a quick service there. There could have been another food place there too. So it definitely works. It definitely fits. It has a real Epcot feel. I really felt like a miniature Epcot baby is how I felt.
I feel like when we get the other lands there, it's gonna be
good.
Like an IP Epcot, which I know Epcot is quite close to being, but it's gonna.
Yeah, and I also feel that once all 3 are there, you've got an all-day park. It's going to completely change people's attitudes on that park because at the minute that is a half-day park max.
Yeah, it is.
And I would say it's definitely going to move to an all-day park. Mm-hmm. There's still room for improvement, don't get me wrong. But if you do every show, every ride, you are all day.
Well, I think if you do every show now, like it's there's a lot to do there. But like because we've done a lot of it before, And actually, when we were there in January, some of the shows weren't. So the Pixar one wasn't going.
Yeah, that
Which is a
comes and
shame,
goes, doesn't it?
because
that one?
the kids would have loved that.
Yeah.
But I think they've answered some other like concerns that I had. So when Donna and I are at Disney, we do like to drink.
Yeah.
There is nowhere to get a drink in Disneyland Park or Studios at the time where you could sit down and have like a cocktail.
I still don't really think there is, unless there's this bar that I just didn't see.
I think that place, that new place, you can sit in and have a drink.
Yeah,
I think.
okay.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Because,
you'd have to come out and go to the village, and then really you've got the pub or the sports bar, haven't you?
Which is fine. Like, it's not the end of the world because it's not far. But, I mean, actually, we went to the Disneyland Hotel and had a drink in the bar, and that was quite nice.
Although, can you still do that unless you've got a booking?
You have to be staying on site.
Okay, fine.
So they checked our resort key cards for Art of Marvel, and we were allowed in. But they were turning away loads of people.
Yeah, because they don't have... Okay, so the Regal View Lounge is a bar.
Yeah, there you go.
That one's the bar. And they just serve snacks. And then you've also got another little one called Caf Luminosity, and that is food. That's your quick service. So that's just a little bit round to your left. And then at the Frozen, it is Nordic Crown's Tavern. So you've then got two.
Yeah,
That is a quick service, but I would say that they serve alcohol.
Because I think just having that bar option, I think it's in
beers and wine there.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I think in Disneyland Paris, in the Disneyland Park, we were like, okay, we'll get a glass of champagne. Because, you do when you're in Disneyland Park. But that was it. That's all you could get.
Yeah,
which
I'm
I
just
understand.
trying to think of that park, really.
There's nowhere else to get a drink.
There isn't massive.
But I get that. It's like in California in the main park there. They don't really want you drinking.
No. But then if they're now opening that up into Disney Adventure World, that's fine, isn't it? It gives that.
There's a bar there.
You know that
makes
then
sense.
if that's the day you want to have a drink, well, we'll go in there at that point.
Yeah.
Half day.
I think it's a really good idea to have a bar there, especially because it overlooks the lake.
Yeah.
It's the perfect place where you want to have a drink.
Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah. Like that whole area there is it looks nice. There was a Mickey meet and greet. I don't know if it's always a Mickey meet and greet. There was a Mickey meet and greet there. To the side, there was. There
seemed to be quite a few characters that would turn up in and around that area.
I saw a few characters in our whole trip.
Yeah.
And I thought that most of the characters were now virtual queue, but I think there's a lot that aren't. Like, I think like Toy Story, Pluto, they're all still just a standard queue, and they just shut down the queue. And I think that Mickey was just a standard queue. I don't think he was a...
It's only in Disneyland Park, I think it's virtual.
Yeah, Mickey,
I don't think in Adventure World it is yet.
Thing. We did do talking of characters, we done the Hero Training Centre for the first time.
Was it a shambles for you?
No.
You got straight in?
Really good. I couldn't fault it.
Okay, that's good.
The only downside was that my app wasn't working.
Right.
So I struggled to get... Because we didn't get to the park till 11, so I missed the morning slot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We was booking the afternoon one, and my app wasn't working, so I just went to the guy, and he just took my phone and booked me a slot and told me to come back when it says 5 minutes. So I went back, and it was at 6, but they had just turned somebody away whose was at 6, but they let us in.
Okay.
And so smooth. We waited all of about 2 minutes, got taken through. You do have to show your code about 3 or 4 times. I mean, you can't get in that bit without them seeing that you've got an appointment, but then you go in and there's like a waiting room, to which then they queued us up at a turnstile. We then showed it there, and then when we got in the room with the character, we showed it again.
So the thing I thought was a shambles was that we were sat down, where the benches are.
Yeah.
We were sat down there for about 20 minutes.
There was a few people that were sat there the whole time we were waiting, had been there before. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's strange.
But we didn't have that.
That's
we
good.
just got queued straight up.
The character meet was incredible.
So good.
One of the best. Did you have Spider-Man?
No, we got Black Panther, and that's who George really wanted.
Oh, that's good. Because we met Black Panther at the Art of Marvel that morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, please don't let it be Black Panther again.
Yeah.
But it was
we
Spider-Man.
had just seen Spider-Man on the roof, so luckily we didn't get Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He was very happy that he had got Black Panther. He'd been talking about meeting Black Panther for a long time. Mm-hmm. Fantastic he was. He was really good. He was talking to us. George was wearing Spider-Man. he was talking about Spider-Man, got George to do some Spider-Man poses. He got me and Ben in to have photos taken. They do like is it like a class as a 360 camera? All the staff leave out and there's about 20 cameras in front of you and it does like a moving picture. The only downside I would say to that meet and greet was that I was taking photos and the pictures that the woman took were terrible.
Yeah.
We had like 2 pictures and none of them were posed. None of them were even like a natural photo of them. They were quite awkward. So we didn't buy any. I had taken all the photos, which is fine because the staff come in and take them for you at that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't fault the meet and greet at all. I thought it was fabulous.
Yeah.
We haven't ever done it before because we missed it last time.
The only thing I would say now that we're in a difficult position is that Phoenix is obsessed with superheroes, and now because we're going to big Disney, he thinks that's going to be it's going to be like on another level. But Disney don't have any superheroes in the other parks. Well, not in Florida.
Can you not do any meet and greets with superheroes in Florida?
The only one that you can do, and he by chance just happens to be wandering around, is a very bad looking Star-Lord.
Yeah, there was a very bad Star-Lord in Paris.
Yeah. That's it, because Disney's not allowed to touch any Avenger character
over there
or X-Men character because Universal's got the rights. That side.
But then he won't be upset. He will see other characters and be happy. But yeah, I would definitely say I would do it again.
Yeah.
The only downside is there's no heads up on who you're having.
No, I know.
They knew by our code because they siphoned us by our code or whatever it was on our page.
Yeah.
There was obviously some sort of signal to our booking. But that's the downside. I think you should at least know who you're seeing because it would siphon out a lot. Like if we went back now, we don't want to see Black Panther again.
Yeah.
He'll want to see somebody else. If my code was then Black Panther, I'll try again tomorrow.
But it's the same at the Princess Pavilion.
Yeah.
Whereas in Florida, where the princesses meet, where they do change them out, they switch the photos before you queue.
Yeah.
Which is like great. Okay, I know it's gonna be these two.
And I don't think you should have a choice because obviously you'll then get some with a massive queue, some with none. But I think just to be told who you're seeing. So when you're at your 5 minutes, you don't have to tell the kid, but you know that they're seeing Black Panther. If it's not Black Panther and that's the only person they want to meet, well, I'll distract him and get him onto something else so that he forgets about it.
Yeah.
But that's the only downside. I thought the staff there were all fabulous. They were all very helpful. The staff at the meet and greet, like the people ushering you in and moving you through, they were all fab too.
I think once we got past the waiting,
I
think that's one of the best meet and greets we've ever done.
Yeah. I thought
the waiting part. It just didn't make any sense, but it sounded like for you as well. There were people that had been there a long time for some reason.
But I don't know what they were.
But they only let you in when it's 5 minutes before. So it doesn't make any sense.
The only downside is that if you're at 0 minutes, they turn you away.
Oh really?
So when we was at Mickey, we done a Mickey one, and the people in front of us were at 0 minutes, and so were we. And they turned them away, but let us in. But I saw them get turned away, so I went, well, it was just at a minute, but because I've been waiting, it's gone to nothing. And he was like, "I'll come in." We walked straight in. Again, we walked straight in on that one because I first asked if we have a different queue for.
So this is
anything.
the one by the train station. Because that was shut when we were there.
Fabulous.
Because we met Mickey, but in his Phantom Manor outfit.
Yeah, see, we didn't have that option.
That was the virtual queue for Mickey for us.
Yeah, fabulous. Again, we walked in. Got to the front of the queue bit, which there was one person in front of us who walked in as we got there, and we were ushered straight into a room. Yeah. Again, fantastic staff and a fantastic Mickey. He was so good.
I feel like it's great, but they need to be making people aware that's the only way you can do it. So so it might not be as bad with the train station one, but with the Phantom Manor Mickey, because you could see him next to the ride. The amount of people even in the space of us, we had like 10 minutes. We were like just hanging around. The amount of people that would go into the front of that queue and go, "Oh, we're just coming in to meet Mickey," with their kids who were like super excited because they could see Mickey. Yeah. And they're like, "You haven't got a virtual queue, so no." Yeah. It just feels like they need to be doing more to tell people.
And I agree with that. I mean, if you're on the app, and you search where characters are, it does tell you if it's a meet or greet or not, like a virtual
Yeah,
queue or not.
yeah.
But not everyone knows that. But
A
yes,
lot
I
of
do
people probably
agree.
won't even have the app.
Yeah, I do agree. It's not very well advertised, but I cannot fault it. And George had some Mickey hands. He'd bought the Mickey gloves himself, and he wore them into his Mickey meet and greet. And the Mickey straight away picked up on that. He went, like, after a photo, he went and got one of his bow ties out of there's like a little wardrobe on the wall as decor.
Yeah.
Got one of the bow ties, held that up onto George's neck, got George doing the actual Mickey pose with the foot up, and then let George go to the wardrobe after and put his hands in the real Mickey hand, like the real spare Mickey gloves, and touch the shoes that were on there. So he, like, really pulled George into that.
Yeah, that's really good.
And the photographers there were fantastic. I did end up buying one of those photos because it was real natural of George, like, looking at Mickey with that real, like, child excitement on his face because he was just getting such a great experience. He is quite stuck on the fact that Mickey's got a really hard face.
Okay.
Yeah, he keeps telling me that Mickey's face is really hard. But other than that, he loved that too. So, I think all in all,
good trip.
it was a good trip, and
But you need to go back because of the show.
we need to go back and see the
See
show.
Adventure World at night.
Yeah, we didn't get to see much of that at night. It was still quite light by the time we left. I mean, we didn't leave till about 7:30, but it was still quite light. But the other aim of our trip was to get George on Tower Terror and Big Thunder Mountain, as he's now tall enough.
Yep.
And he loved them both.
Mission success.
He'd done them both 3 times and not an ounce of fear.
That's good.
Yeah, he loved it. So we know that we're in now. That's it. He's ready for the big uns.
Yeah.
And he was very sad he couldn't do Space Mountain, but that's 1.2 and he's 1.02.
It's not far off, and that roller coaster is intense.
Very intense. I done it this time and I thought,
yeah, it's been a while since I've done it, but
it's getting to the point now where I don't know how much I'm going to ride it.
Yeah, it
anymore.
is quite intense.
But yeah, overall, very good trip. I was very impressed with Disney Adventure World. Very impressed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. So the next time you're going to be going is potentially with us.
Hopefully at Christmas.
Yeah.
If you
in and
allow
around Christmas time. TBC exact dates.
So then we'll also get that element of Christmas, hopefully, if we do it. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see.
It's been a while since I've seen Paris at Christmas.
I haven't seen Paris at Christmas I was very young when I saw Paris at Christmas. So I'm very excited. And I think that they're slowly beefing up these
They're getting better at that
things.
stuff.
Like
aren't
they're
they?
starting doing Halloween, they're starting doing more at Christmas. So it's definitely none of Paris is on an American level.
Yeah, I just don't think you should expect it to be. Though.
I think that it's they're doing their best for what the Europeans can do and the space they've got.
I'd like to see them do
theory.
a like specific Christmas party like they do in America. I did an annual pass holder party a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah,
that
they
was
do
really
a lot
good.
of them.
Yeah,
The
they do.
park
It was
is
a Pirates
shut
and
a lot.
Princess one. But it was really good. Like lots of rare characters. I met Rapunzel and Flynn together.
Yeah.
Which felt a bit weird without kids, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well.
But you're
You're
there.
a Disney adult.
You're a Disney. Yeah, well, kind of am, kind of aren't.
Yeah.
But those kind of parties that they're there for the adults. Like there's
Of
very
course.
few kids actually at those parties actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good fun. But they need to do more of it, I think.
Yeah, I think they're getting there. Everything. I mean, their next focus is that main park, isn't it?
It's got to be.
Realistically, their next focus is a ride in that main park.
That's nothing since Buzz like 25 years ago.
Yeah,
which is embarrassing.
It's it struggled though. So they've.
It's only just turned a profit the last few years, hasn't it?
So they've, but I think it's definitely going the right way now. We're on the up.
I am looking forward to going back. I think Donna and I on this trip had opposite views. Well, I went in thinking it's Paris, it's going to be bang average, and came back quite positive.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to going back, especially if it's around Christmas time.
Like maybe Christmas Day.
Like maybe a Christmas in and around Christmas time. So next time you'll be on, It's not going to be nearly 10 years.
It hasn't been that long.
Well,
She's definitely done it since we've been here.
episode 66.
No, she's definitely done it since we've been here.
Okay. Well, that's what my podcast search, my 30-second podcast search came back with. But yes, thank you very much.
No problem at all.
And we'll chat hopefully around Christmas time. I mean, we'll chat before that.
We will. We could do a Christmas.
We're going on a cruise soon.
Christmas that we are
As a group.
with no children.
With no children. Yeah. We're announcing it now.
Just me and Ryan are off. Yes, we are. I'm very excited to have.
It's like a theme park for adults.
Yeah, very excited to have a relaxing trip with
Oh,
my
yes.
mates. And we're going to leave you in Bruges.
Well, I am slightly worried about that day.
We're leaving you.
Because we've got to try and make our way through all of the beers in that tap room.
Just get 2 straws. Order every beer, 2 straws.
Torpedo it. Uber back to the ship.
Me and Donna will enjoy Hamburg.
Well, I'll enjoy Hamburg. I've got a day to recover.
That's if you get it back to the ship.
Well, we can fly into Hamburg. That's all right.
True. Yeah, true.
Worst case.
Yeah, it's going to be very nice. Hopefully very relaxing.
Yep. And then Paris later this year, hopefully.
Yeah. Very exciting.